Hey. Hey. What's going on? What's going on, man? This is the host with the most, Mr. Bro Rogan, and we are back at the Why Not Studios. And I have to keep addressing something that I keep mentioning, whether it's during my shorts or on Instagram, but we kind of dropped the ball on our last interview, and I'm a man enough to admit it. So we had an audio issue. Thanks to me, because I have so much going on in the studio. What you guys don't understand is this isn't just like a chair and a table. Like in the background, we have an editing section. We have the Black Magic section where the cameras run through. We have our DJ equipment. We have our original Nintendo. I have my letters and all of that I have sent, and I also have a full bar. So I have a lot going on in this studio, and I made the mistake, and I didn't have the mics on for the first 7 minutes. And I had a big guest, one of my biggest guests to date, Mr. Spoety Face. And I felt bad about it, and I reached out to him, and he said, bro, no problem. I'll pull right back up. So let's go ahead and give it up for Spoety Face, who pulled back up to the Why Not podcast. Let's go.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love and the support, man, I've been getting over here.
No problem, man. You know, and it's genuine. You know, this love is genuine. These doors are open for you at all times. I love your movement. I love everything you're doing. I love your message. It's just, I know we talked after the interview, and you was like, bro, don't let that get to you. Don't read the comments. And which I don't mind. Like, people can say whatever the fuck they want about me. Yeah. Like, I don't, like that shit. But like when they disrespect the business, at the end of the day, I am a businessman and I stand on my business. And like for me to read the comments, and it was, it kind of got to me because like I couldn't explain my mistake to them because the mistake was already made. Yeah. So like when I read people say, "Oh, I'm checking out, what are the mics for just decoration?" and I'm like, "No, it's not. Like, I'm sorry, but like nobody wanted to listen. But like, you back, man. I really appreciate you pulling back up, man. That's some solid shit.
I appreciate the invite. I appreciate you having me back, man.
Thank you, man.
It's an absolute pleasure, man.
So there was a few things that probably was discussed in the beginning of that interview that people couldn't hear that we'll get back to today. Also, I wanted to bring you on for other things that we didn't get to that day because there was a situation that we talked about. We may get into it a little bit, but that's basically what that last interview was about. But you have so much motion right now going on the internet, and like your whole platform is growing, and I don't want to just get into all the old stuff or make it seem like you only have that going on, because you have a lot more going on. Shout out to all the tribes, all Judah, Levi, because I know you mentioned you being an Israelite, and we completely skipped over that. And like that's a big thing that takes discipline, and there's other things going on with you, man. So like I want to get into that stuff first, and then we can probably rehash some of the other shit if you want, if you don't mind. But so we never even really got into your upbringing. Like I know like the area that you represent, but like let's talk more. Let's get into that a little bit. How was your upbringing, and like are you from the Vernon area?
Yeah,
we can get into exacts if you want.
Yeah, I'm born and raised over there.
Okay.
The Crenshaw District, Lamarck Park.
Go ahead.
Vernon Avenue.
Right.
So I'm raised over there.
A1 Burger.
A1 Burger.
All day long.
Master Burger.
Master Burger. Ooh.
Excel Entertainment on 6th and Vernon.
Come on now. Hey. Yeah. I don't know if I told you, but my cousin, he worked at the shop. You know Morris shop on 6th Ave. Like, so like I was in that barber shop, bro. I used to look like the barber shop on 6th Ave to me was better than like going home watching movies, better than me when I left school. It was because at the shop we got everything. You got the comedy niggas in there laughing. Shout out to Big Key. Yeah. And you had the thuggery going on. You had the relationship going on. You had the food shit going on. I remember, this how far back I go to 6th Ave and Vernon, when Earl from Earl's Wieners, Earl's Grill, he still had a push cart selling chicken links he was the first person to ever have a chicken hot link I've ever tasted in my life. And then I watched him open up his first store, and then open up on Coliseum, and now he is on right across the street from the Crenshaw Mall. But like I saw the growth of him. I saw at that shop the guy who, for everyone that cut hair or shave, especially African American men, skin tight. Yeah. It's something that we all use. Yeah. It's like an alcohol-based thing, if you guys don't know. But I remember the guy who created that.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's an aftershave.
Yeah.
I remember when that guy first started that company, and the first time I saw him, he came into the shop on 6th Ave. So it was just so much I learned at that shop, and I basically grew up in that motherfucker. Yeah. So like that's the area you from, the flower lady. Like it's so many things that like I just remember like.
Yeah, I'm fortunate because that in itself, like the Leimert Park area and the Baldwin Hills, is historic.
It is.
But also, it's still like, it's diverse throughout LA, you know, but it's still predominant black over there, you know what I'm saying, as far as with the businesses.
You right.
And everything else. Of course, it's other nationalities and ethnic groups over there, but what I could say about that is like our community, that's like one of the last actually like historical black communities.
100%.
In LA, period.
They have the sign that says no gentrification. Keep Leimert Park. Yeah. Basically, keep it what it was.
That's pretty much that's the shit we holding on. I mean, it's strong over there.
It's
but
strong.
I'm just saying, like as far as outside, but to be honest, shit, down Crenshaw is 60.
Changing.
Yeah, the rolling 60s. They starting to I guess with after Nip, they starting to gobble up everything over there too. So I like the movement they got going over there as well.
Right, yeah.
Buy up everything over there to save it as much as possible.
Exactly, because I live closer to, I'm like closer to like Crenshaw and like Florence, in between Florence and Manchester. Yeah. And on my streets, because like I'm about 7 minutes away from SoFi.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the change.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the change, which it's a two-way knife. It's good in a certain way because one, my property goes up.
Yeah.
But two, I don't like to see people being priced out because that's what happened to us in another neighborhood that we lived in. We used to be like in like the Fairfax area, adjacent to Culver City, and then like when
it's crazy over there right now.
Oh my God! Like when they started building
Hills,
when they like if you go down Venice, like I don't know if you're familiar with this. There used to be this place called Surface, where like it was like kind of like Whole Foods, but like a small. But they tore that down, and then I think it was they built the Netflix is down there. It's like right before you get to Culver City, and then they start building all these big I think Microsoft. And all these big, they have big office buildings down there. And we're talking about on Venice Boulevard. Like, we're not downtown. We're talking about Venice Boulevard and Overland.
Yeah.
So when that started coming in, I started noticing a lot of change. And next thing you know, the 1-2 bedroom homes, little tiny homes, going for $1.5 million. And I'm like,
crazy,
damn, they pricing niggas out. And that's one of the reasons why we sold our house. And we was like, we wanted to find an area that's not priced out yet, and this is before SoFi, and now I'm starting to see the same thing. But I'm so happy that in Leimert we're trying to keep it from getting out of control. But when I seen them knocked down, nigga, the liquor bank is gone.
Liquor bank. I came home to that. I'm like, man, the
liquor bank gone. Isn't that great? Like
historical
that's a historical landmark in LA. Like now, I'm glad you segued into that. So. You are recently released. You're just now getting home. We didn't even get into that. So you did a long stretch, from what I hear. Like
I did 12 years
straight.
No breaks.
Louise. Well, one thing I do want to say, man, I'm happy you home, and I tell this to all my guests. You gave them people enough time. Don't give them no more.
I mean, I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not trying to. That shit's sucking there.
Right. So after the 12 years, damn, I'm thinking. Not only was the liquor bank gone, you came home to a whole new LA almost.
Yeah, pretty much. It certain stuff is still there, like that look the same, like the Sunny Swap Me, my area,
right
in Vermont.
Uh-huh.
It's not there, but the the parking lot.
The parking lot is still there.
Is still there, but they're tearing that down. That's about to be apartments. So what I
Wait,
noticed,
they tearing down the Sunny Swap Meet?
yeah, they on the clock with the Sunny Swap Meet too. All that's about to be apartments. That's the one thing that I know. I said, oh, when I got out, I said, oh, they trying to turn LA into New York City.
Yeah, they are.
Because like I said this on the other podcast, like anything that you sell, your parents sell, or anything like moms and pop stores that go out of business or ain't up selling them, they gobble it up and they just build apartments. Because it's pretty much like cost effective, but it's gentrification at its best. Because 100%. What they do, they knock the house down and build apartments. I mean, that's a smart thing. You build up instead of a cost. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they turn it into condos and townhomes, and you paying $3,000-4,000 a month for a 2-bedroom.
Now tell me this: do you really believe, like, because I don't see it. I still see I know it's crowded, but LA has been like this my whole life. I don't see the need for a fucking 100-room, 100-apartment complex, but they're everywhere. Like, how? I don't see that many people moving here.
You see, if you see right there on Crenshaw by the Lamert Park, you got five of them.
Right next to Jack in the Box.
Back to back. That's what they do. Anything you sell, they just tearing them down, building. That's what they saying. Even the governor trying to stop that shit. Like, man, like the developers coming in and they gobbling it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, in the city councilwoman as well. They gobbling up and they just, cause that's what they do. They build apartments and then they control. You know what I'm saying? It's like a monopoly.
Right. If you look down the street, sorry about that.
No, you good.
If you look down the street, there was one built directly across the street from Staples Center. Well, whatever the fuck they call it now. It's Staples Center to me forever.
Yeah.
But the guy ran out of money. So it already erected. They have the floors already set. There's windows, but they don't have any. The interior is missing.
Yeah.
So it's just one big, giant, empty high rise. And like now it's becoming a thing. I'm sure you probably haven't noticed. It's coming across it's going to come across for sure after me speaking up on it, because these phones be listening. It's going to come across your feed, whether you're on TikTok, Instagram, where you're going to see, because now it's becoming like an art building where like all graffiti artists are just tagging it up.
Oh, I think I've seen that. Yeah.
It's that one. It's 70 fucking floors. Directly across the street from Staples that they thought was a good idea, but the motherfucker ran out of money and now it's just sitting there empty. Now my problem with that is, one, how can you upgrade downtown? Because you already know, when we were kids, this is the only city where our downtown was fucked. You go to any city in the world, you like, where's it popping? Everybody will send you downtown. When you came to LA, downtown was gross when we was kids. But then they built Staples Center, and then they built.
They got the whole square right there, the Microsoft Center.
The Microsoft Center, ESPN.
Center. Yeah,
so that's when they started LA Live. They
Yeah.
started upgrading it. So then you started seeing these nice apartments being built. So now our downtown is kind of popping. But for them to allow a developer, because I started off in construction. I know how that shit is. I still have a drywall company to this day. I don't understand how, because in order to buy something and to erect something that big, the background check, they have to have so many years of your bank statements and the income that you make. How did they allow someone to buy that land directly across from where LeBron played and run out of money halfway through? And where's the people in the city to come save that? Like, because it's an eyesore now.
Yeah.
Like, for out-of-towners coming here for concerts or coming here to see the Lakers, paying all of this money, they're walking across the street from the Staples, and they're looking at this giant empty that hundreds of homeless people are sleeping in. People are writing graffiti, and it's just terrible that the city won't come and help. Like, at the end of the day, we make enough money here. Someone should come take over that. But instead, they're just leaving it empty.
Yeah, I read one time, this was back like a couple years back when, I don't know how many years back, when they was having the discussion of turning California into 3 different states.
Yikes.
So
top, middle, and bottom.
Yeah, and they said Los Angeles, just the city of Los Angeles. We're not talking about the county. They said the city of Los Angeles,
just the city,
is the 5th biggest economy in the world.
Right.
Just the city of Los
Just
Angeles.
the city. And you already know, wait, the
It's
city of Los Angeles, how many miles?
Yeah.
We're not talking about the county. We're just talking about the city.
Yeah, so if
The
this
fifth
is
in the world.
if this is the 5th biggest economy in the world, why is this one of the biggest homeless populations in the world? See, the thing about that is, just like you just said, they don't. If it was somebody of color or something like that, they would have did extensive background checks.
100%.
You know what I'm saying, and all that. They don't care. So the thing I'd be like is to answer your question, how could that happen? To be honest, I'm not too surprised about it, because when I really look at it, it's like, shit, we starving. And they don't even come rescue us. They don't even, you know what I'm saying, they don't come help us. So let alone, you know what I'm saying, a little project, you know what I'm saying, that went wrong for probably a billionaire. You get what I'm saying? And then not only that, it's like LA is like becoming one of those cities. It's not of the people. You know how many people that's in LA right now that's living a good life and all that? 90% of these people wasn't born and raised in LA.
You know what else I read?
Yeah.
Which is going to sound crazy. I read if you don't make 100 as a household, $158,000 annually, that you're considered
poor. Yeah, and I, to be honest, I probably know about 2 people that mine right now that make that type of money, a regular family, and it's not
hard to believe.
It's not for me, because I'm looking at everybody that I know, you know what I'm saying, or I associate with, or deal with, and it's not. They don't make nowhere near that. So it's hard to survive out here. You know, that's why they. And then I just got a problem with all this shit, man. I even thought about moving out of state, man. But I love California too much of my kids here.
I thought about it too, but it's hard for me too.
Listen, quick fun fact, bro. When I got out of jail, I got me a little BS gig, or whatever the case is. So, before I got out, like, I always been into economics. You know what I'm saying? Supplying demand. I always been a person that, even though I'm in the streets, I always been fascinated with numbers.
100%.
Or like, just imagine that I got like, I'm a dreamer. You know what I'm saying? So even when I didn't have money or I didn't have nothing, I always dreamed big. Like, I know one day, I never let it discourage. I never let it discourage me. And that always been my motivation. 100%. You know what I'm saying? Until I start having kids, it's like I just always been a dreamer. Like, even when people tell me, like, man, that shit ain't reality, or, you know what I'm saying, that's just you know what I'm saying, it's impossible. I like, nah, bro. Like, I know, you know what I'm saying. So my whole thing is when a motherfucker, if you sit back and look. I had to look when I got my gig. I said that to say this. So, United States of America and California, they take half of your check, bro. They take half of your people don't realize it in their things. So they take half of your check. You slave,
right off the bat.
You slave for your money, bro, and they take half of your check.
Right off top.
So not only they take half of your check, this is what you working with. Some people got kids, you know what I'm saying? Some people got fun, you gotta eat, all this, that, and the third.
Many.
So they slaving us. Not only that, so they take our money for free and do whatever the hell they want to, sending even to like Ukraine or whatever, they fund other people wars. You get what I'm saying? But when you need help, say for instance, you know what I'm saying, you trying to buy a car, you need a home, you trying to get a business
loan. Right.
They charging you. Not only it's hard to even obtain them type of loans and that type of, you know what I'm saying, that type of resources. But if you do, look at how high the interest rates are. So you get to borrow my money, you get to take my money for free.
Yeah, and for me to get yours, it's gonna cost me 27%.
And it's not even yours. Because you already took it from us. And not only that, I really had to see, when I really got a job, it's like I had to see. So they snatching this off the bat. As soon as I go outside to cash my check, they taking some of that. And then when I go in a liquor store, after I just got my money and buy back chicks, they texting me with that. I'm like, oh.
Not only that, nigga, they charging you to use your bank card with your fucking money. Niggas is saying, in order to get money out the ATM, you got to give me $3.25 of your money to take your money. Another thing that bothers me,
they crooks, bro.
It's all crooks. But another thing that, like, back on what you were saying about them, how they tax, because the taxes here are crazy. Like,
bro.
I always look at, I don't play the lottery because I really, it's hard for me to believe that shit's real. Like, because sometimes I look at that shit. I got some lottery
tickets in the car right now, man.
You know why I say that?
Man, I got some right now.
Man, well, I pray that it's real and I pray that you win.
I play all
because I see that shit and I'm like, I think of the odds. And I'm like, back in the day when I was a kid, when my grandma used to play, no matter, there was no Powerball. When I know that when they made that a thing where like not only do you have to get these 5 numbers right, but this last number got to be exact.
Yeah.
I said, damn, the odds went from like 1 in a billion to 1 in a trillion. And then like I started seeing this shit going up to 700 million, 800 million. And I'm like, yo, they really giving niggas that? Like if a motherfucker win the lottery, are they really?
Nope.
But if they do,
no, they not, because even with that in California, if you win it in California, the state come get half of that.
Now let me tell you what I read.
That's why niggas take the lump sum. Like fuck it, just give me my shit.
That's what I wanted to. That's what I was gonna say. I read there was a Latino guy a few years ago. I think he was the first $1 billion winner in California.
Yeah.
He chose to take the lump sum. Yeah. Off top, they took half. Okay, 500 million. His walk away money was $347 million, which is a crazy amount of money. Yeah. But it makes you think. But the winnings was $1 billion. Yep. And if we're talking about taxes, we're talking about almost $700 million. Where the fuck is that money going?
Because California take theirs off the top, and then the company who buys the thing, they need theirs. They got to make some money off of it too. Because like you ain't waiting no 30 years, because it's probably a 30-year payout. And if you die, nigga, you ain't getting nothing. It don't roll over. It ain't no rollover.
Ain't no rollover. No, nigga, it's over.
So they put you in a catch-22. Like, man, fuck. 300, 400, it's almost 400. Man, give it to me.
But tell me this: where do you think that money goes? Like, and I'm asking about like the lottery winners, just because something simple. If I won $1 billion, and they took 5, and then they taxed that on top of that with California, because where did my $700 million go? Because I don't see that shit nowhere. I don't see it anywhere.
Oh, probably this they on their payroll just pay these high ass congressmen when they ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? They got all these positions, even to the school board. You look at the superintendents and all that, they had to bust that shit up there. They was getting paid $500, giving themselves salaries of $500,000, $600,000. Do your homework on that.
Now,
one of the worst schools, public school systems in the country, in the nation. But you got superintendents and principals and all type of people that's, you know what I'm saying, on a unified school district that's getting salaries of $500,000.
Shit.
These doctors don't even get paid $500,000. That's a fact. Teachers don't even get that shit.
The teachers. And
the educators.
The educators. The one that taught you the trade that you know. The one that taught you to be the doctor that make you, or that taught you to be the lawyer.
It's people that's EMTs and firefighters don't even make $500K, $300K a year, bro. They make damn good money, but these first line responders.
The people saving lives and these people, every day, all day.
You got superintendents over the thing was getting like $500,000,
This is just baffling. Now, so just kind of still stay on that topic. So you were in during the pandemic. Were you in there?
I was.
Bro, can I just give you firsthand account of how terrible it was? Because I'm a business owner. My girl owns a beauty salon. She's a business owner. When the city made it mandatory that you shut down your business.
Yeah, I was seeing it.
We all were at a point to we looking around like, what the fuck are we gonna do? Because one thing that didn't stop was bills. My mortgage was we still had to pay that. Car notes, phone, food, all that shit. But they're telling us we can't work. And they wrote a plan to give every person that had a job $1,200. We all got one check for $1,200. And that's when I was like, oh, these.
And what year was that?
This is 2020, right? This is 2020.
Oh, well, when you got the check.
We got 12.
I know they passed, you talking about the stimulus check, right?
Yeah, that's what that was called. Yeah, stimulus.
Yeah, stimulus
but it's
check.
like, okay, yeah, this $1,200 helped for this week. But what about those prior weeks? What about the fact that I'm 3 months behind on my motherfucking bills? And my bill's nowhere near 12. And like, they thought of it as not. They actually thought giving people $1,200 was good. And I'm like, nigga, you should be giving us this a week. You shut down my business. You are telling me I can't work, even though, like, I'm not sick. None of my clients are sick, but you're telling me I can't, which it It felt like really like a lot of the conspiracy books that people probably read, like Behold a Pale Horse and these books.
I want the viewers, because I'm a geek when it comes to stuff like that. Like I told you, I love numbers. I want somebody out there to get in the comments and Google how many people are in America, and then divide that by 1,200 and see what's the total, how much amount of money that was given out just by that $1,200 check. Because I say that to say this. So they were so stingy. Remember, they take everything from me. They don't care. They need theirs. They coming to get it.
They coming to get it.
So they only gave y'all 1,200. I wasn't out there. I really didn't feel the effect like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Soups rose, you know what I'm saying, a couple cents. You know what I'm saying? Top Robert rose a couple cents, you know what I'm saying? Or they were saying there's going to be a shortage, I better stack up, you know what I mean? As far as that, I wasn't too much affected by it. And I got a stimulus check, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I wasn't even working. You
Come
know what
on now, get it.
But I said that to say this. You see how the American people was saying, like, looking basically at the check, like, what the hell is this? What am I going to do with this?
What am I going to do with this?
You know how much bigger the United States of America is over Ukraine? Now do the math on how many the population of the United States of America and do the population of Ukraine.
Just that little small country.
Yeah, and then tally up the amount of money that the United States of America, the aid that they done gave to Ukraine or these other countries.
I heard it's in the trillions.
Trillions.
I heard it's in the trillions.
Trillions.
We're talking about
trillions
with a T.
Come on, bro. But y'all don't want to. You know what
y'all don't want to feed your own people.
Come on, bro.
It was.
Shit is crazy.
It was
gonna wake up.
It was the craziest thing because not only did I watch the government completely, it was a police state. Basically, what it was. They basically told people, we're not giving you the opportunity to work. Like, we're shutting down your businesses. Yeah. And it's like, damn. And then they start making. I just had to say that because we were talking about that. Yeah. So it just, I know I'm going off and like,
No, it's good feedback. The people need to hear this instead of the nonsense. They need to wake up and see what's going on out here, bro.
I'm just happy that like we're back to normal. Those fucking masks are gone. Yeah. I'm able to work, open the door to whatever business I have or whatever business my other people have. Now, let's get back to you. So, Spoety Face. We're hearing that name a lot right now on the internet, which is, some people hit a home run when it comes to naming themselves. I think you really did. Can we talk about where did you come up with that name? Is that a name that they always called you, or is that something you said, I'm gonna take on this internet persona and go by Spoety Face? Because that's a good name, man. Like you hit a home run with that one. Because whenever someone hear that, they already immediately know who I'm talking about or whoever is talking about. So the name a name is so important when it comes to rather personality, business, rapping, anything. Yeah. And I think you did a good job with that. And I just want to know like the originality, like where did you get that from? The origin of it. Sorry about that. I said originality. Wow.
All right, so I originally created that name. This is one of many of my handles. So I originally created this name in 2009.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So when I created this name in 2009, I ended up having a little homie.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So this was one of my aliases or whatever the case is. So,
right.
So I had a little homie, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, he ended up getting killed.
Oh, rest in peace to little.
Yeah, rest in peace, little Spoety Face, Jeremiah Isaiah Shaw. That was my little homie. And I was in prison. He was fighting life. Long story short, he was in the fighting life. He beat the life case and then got out, started having money, a gang of money, Maybachs and all that. The city knew him. He had the city on fire, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, some hater motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, end up taking his life, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so damn. So like I said, I was in prison doing this 12 years when he ended up passing away or whatever the case is. So I'm big, he little, you know. So my whole thing is about it's two. Like I say, I'm one of the people. I try to kill as many birds with one stone as I can. You know what I'm saying? So when I got out, everybody know me by HK Turtle. That's my handle. That's what everybody know me in the streets. So when I got out, like I said, I pushed peace. I'm not with the said trip or nothing like that.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So now, in order to me to keep my little homie name alive, because the name died, most people, in most cases, the name would die with him. Because I'm not going to put nobody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nobody under that. Yeah.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So, in order to, to honor him, you know what I'm saying, to honor him and to memorialize him and keep that name, you know what I'm saying, alive and keep the shine on him, that's why I just solely go by Spoety Face.
That's dope, man. Come on, we got to give it up for that, man. Because that's a great description.
That's how I honor him. Plus, on the back end side is, my disrespectful name. Like I said, I'm not with the stereotype. I put peace. So to even get away with all that, everybody already know me on the street, so I really don't care about that. But to separate myself from that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be more professional. And be able to put myself in environments where I can coexist. With other different communities and other brothers, you know what I'm saying? So it only made sense.
It makes a lot of sense. And like a lot of people don't realize, especially people from out of town, like when it comes to this gang culture, a lot, and it started like, I started noticing that like in the late 90s, early 2000s, where like guys were having 4 or 5 different names from the set, and not only having 4 or 5 different names, they had 4 or 5 different homies under each name. So I knew yours kind of was similar to that. I just didn't never actually watch out for that.
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah,
interruption.
Yeah.
This nigga want to get on camera. Get this nigga on camera, man. Stripes.
Yeah.
But that was thank you for explaining that. I'm glad we had that in the context, because like that was a great. I don't know if anyone asked you that on any of the other podcasts that you've been on, but that. Long live Little, and I'm glad you put that out there, man, because we got to always, God bless the dead. We got to keep the dead names alive, even, because at the end of the day, these people don't die, as long as we keep their name alive.
Before you move on, I was just talking to somebody, and I told him, like, cause like I'm dealing with the passing of my little brother. Unfortunately, he was taken away from me too soon.
Damn.
The street life or whatever the case is, another cowardly act. Black on black violence. But what I would say about that is I told my loved ones, it's like, if something ever happened to me, I understand women, they're gonna cry, but don't mourn me. Celebrate me.
Celebrate me, man.
Celebrate me, and that's what I do to my life. Don't mourn me. Or the reason why I say don't mourn me is because, the hurt phase, once you mourn a person, you eventually get over that. You never forget about it, but your heart heals in a certain way. You get what I'm saying? If you notice everything, I'm talking about from heartbreak to death or whatever the case, you are eventually going to be able to move past it.
Right.
Most people, in most instances. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
But you know why? I'm going to ask this to you and to the viewers out
there. Go right ahead.
You know why nobody forgets about Tupac Shakur? You know why nobody forgets about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X or Nipsey Hussle? Because they celebrate them.
They celebrate them. You
know why nobody's gonna ever forget about Kobe Bryant? They got their own day. They give them holidays and they celebrate it.
Yeah, August 24th.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So when you just mourn a person, it's nothing behind that.
No.
Out of sight, out of mind. They're eventually gonna get on. The homies gonna still, rest in peace, and you know what I'm saying, their name died. Like some of they same bros, you're gonna go to the. I want everybody to celebrate me.
That's a great message, because I myself tell my daughter and her mother, if something ever happened to me, do not talk about any of the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Because everyone has bad things, and like, don't let that deter you from the life that I live. Because to me, I live a great life, and to me, I try to be a shining force for everyone I come in contact with. Yeah. And I only want positive thoughts, even though I fuck up. Everyone fuck up. I can have a fucked up attitude, or I can get into a fucked up situation, but I don't like. It's like you just said, and it reminded me of a lyric that was it Tupac? It could have been Tupac, where, it was Jadakiss. He said, "Why don't we cry at birth and laugh at death?" Mm-hmm. Which is crazy, because death is one of the only things that's guaranteed in this world. Yeah. So I don't think people should mourn. You can miss someone. I'm not telling people not to cry. You have to cry. You have to grieve, because at the end of the day, that person's gone. You cannot contact them. You won't see them. You can grieve, but don't make it to where it's like, I can't live anymore. No, you have to celebrate and think about all that good shit, because I only had one brother. He unfortunately died a few years ago.
Sorry to hear that, man.
No, it's fine. And for the first year, every night I was just it tore me in pieces because he didn't die in the streets. He didn't die of old age. He died of a heart attack at an early age, and it just was confusing to me because he wasn't the first one that I lost in my family from like health issues, and I was like, damn, like you don't expect it to happen.
Yeah.
So I mourned, but then I realized, man, we had so many good times. Like this is the only thing I could think about. Like I can't think about the fact that he died, or the fact that no one was around when he died, or the fact that it was the day after my birthday. I can only think of the good shit. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, yeah, don't mourn me. Yeah. Like just think of the good shit. Yeah. Celebrate me, because like it's something that we all gonna do, and it's nothing we can avoid. So, but speaking of Nip, I've seen you online, a few pictures of Nip. You still remember when you first met him?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Nip he was a staple here in LA, man. He was a nigga like you could run into. Man, I used to run into Nip everywhere. Like
yeah, that's a fact.
Everywhere.
But when I first met him, like he wasn't famous. So
no, yeah, me too. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Even to like the Victory Lap and the Song album, Mailbox, I wasn't out when none of that came out.
Right.
When I was on the streets,
you remember when he was selling incense?
Come on, in Vaughn's parking lot. You know what I'm saying? In the shopping center with Vaughn. So
on everything.
My whole thing is when I got out, he had just had the first.
Bullets Ain't Got No Name.
No, it was Bullet Kings. I know he had the first marathon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was the first marathon.
Okay.
Yeah, the first marathon. I believe TMC probably was out. It wasn't no more than TMC when you know what I'm saying. It was still Sloss and T. So
100%.
Yeah, before the marathon.
Ooh,
yeah. So
I original.
I didn't see him as big as he was now, but I knew he was for sure on his way though.
Right.
That
we
hustling,
all knew because he just
hustling
had that hustle in him. Him and his brother, he really did. And like the thing that pissed me off about not only the city but the industry, I felt like it was fake love. It was way too much fake love.
I agree.
After he died,
I agree.
And I'm not talking about like I know his bros really loved him. Really, like anyone who knew him, like you said, knew he was destined for stardom. So like the love from his homies and everyone that knew him, I knew that was real. I'm talking about the industry and like the out-of-towners and like even like people in the city. I felt a lot of fake shit because one, I guess I'll edit that into this episode. I supported Nip. I wanted Nip to be as big as he is now when he was alive because, like I said, I had faith in him. You see, my bro Cuzzy, he was with him. He introduced us to him, and I knew he was the full package. I said, this nigga got the voice, the look, the skill, the hustle. Oh, he's gonna be huge. So I always wanted, but I didn't think the city fucked with him enough. Like I felt like he was being ignored by the city. So I got a video of me and my cousin Jay, his girl, the day the Victory Lap came out. We went to Amoeba in Hollywood. We bought everyone that was on the shelf. Yeah. We just to support him. Yeah. But I didn't feel like everybody was behind him, even though I knew he was. But then he died, and then all of a sudden he's a martyr. And I know that happens with death.
Yeah. So not to cut you on. Let me tell you something. So
go ahead.
You was on the streets.
I was on the streets. Yeah.
I was in prison. Let me tell you this. This is a fact.
Tell me.
We on the yard. You know, I'm on the yard. I'm on the yard with Hoovers. I'm on the yard with H.A. Gangsters, Inglewood Families, Crenshaw Mafias, so on and so forth.
Everyone.
You know what I'm saying? These is Inglewood, neighborhood powers. These is a lot of our biggest rivals.
Arch and nemesis.
Blackstones, whatever, truly well, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. I probably only ran into like one or maybe two people out of my whole time that didn't fuck with Nip, bro.
That didn't, right?
Everybody in the yard had that nigga CDs, bro.
See? And this is before he died.
Before he died.
See, that's the respect that.
Before he died.
In there, he was respected.
What? You know what I'm saying? Because he was so talented.
He was.
And it was like, you know what I'm saying? it wasn't like a plethora of talented artists coming out the West Coast. I mean, Kendrick,
right.
You know what I'm saying? You got Game.
But he was on some other stuff.
Yeah, like, everybody got their preference. But if you talking about like that street, like that
Oh, yeah, niggas fuck with him.
Nah, niggas had a city.
Right.
But the only thing about it is I would say, as far as like his exposure wasn't as big. It wasn't where it should have been.
Exactly.
But it came out, you know what I'm saying, during his depth. I feel like LA, to be honest, I feel like LA fuck with Nip, bro. Like,
let me retract, because I probably stated it wrong. They fucked with Nip. I'm sorry. I know they did. I
know
saw,
what you're talking about, the fake blood, but it's definitely people in LA. It's a whole lot of like rappers and other.
It's just,
I
like, because
know what you're saying,
I don't think like. Because, like I said,
bigger,
I thought he should have been bigger when he was alive. So when I saw like 55,000 copies that first week, and like when I went to Amoeba and I was expecting a line, and I was like, where is the city? Y'all should be fucking with bro, because bro is the next thing, and we need our city behind us.
But see, the only thing about it, I'll say, like, people listen to his music, they want to support him because, again, that's what I be saying, like the generational curse. That's what I press against, because when I say the generational curse, I said, like, we all designed to, to go against each other.
Yeah.
So people on the streets, it's in jail. It's like, nigga, you buy a nip, or you gonna be listening to some bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But on the streets, it's like, nah, I don't fucking cut from neighborhood, I cut from 6-0.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why the record sales, you like, damn, he in LA. You know what I'm saying? If everybody was supporting him, it should be way bigger. But that's what it be.
Right.
And I know a nigga ain't like, man, I'm about to go buy this Nip CD. I'm about to stand there like, man, it's not going like that. You know what I'm saying?
And my problem, because my problem with it was, because I watched guys like Kendrick, Tyler the Creator, Schoolboy Q, who were around when Nip was alive, and I saw them and heard them on the radio all day, every day, and I was like, why can't he get that same love?
But see, Schoolboy, niggas didn't support him neither, though.
You don't think so?
What? I know so. That's why he not nowhere around no more. He couldn't eat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but I'm just talking about at that time, though. At the time, if you look at the time when
he's on a major, though. The reason why he was on a major, he on TDE. You talking about Nip out the trunk?
Yeah,
he out the trunk.
You just summed it all up for me right now.
Come on,
I didn't even
the
think
trunk.
of that. Yeah.
Kendrick, he going crazy.
He got a whole machine pushing behind him.
He got Dre certified, and he had a talent. I can't take nothing away from his talent.
God damn, we might have to retract that whole shit I just talked about. I made a fool of myself. Yeah, he said independent artist against a machine. Of course he wasn't. Yeah,
he had a machine, but the victory lap, he had a joint venture with Atlantic or whatever. So he had a major behind that. But as far as everything else, School,
right.
After that first,
they had Interscope behind them. What am I thinking about? There's no machine bigger than that. TDE had to push. Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Yeah, you're right. Now I want to get into something. If you want to discuss it, go ahead. I would love for you to, because we talked about something off air. First of all, I want to ask about your relationship with D-Jack.
Yeah.
If you don't know who I'm talking about, we're talking about Deshaun Jackson, one of the greatest wide receivers in the history of the NFL. Someone I've been a fan of.
My favorite.
Listen, I go back to.
My favorite.
Hey, I'm mad.
What nobody say? My favorite Hall of Famer.
Hey, well, I kind of had like an issue with D-Jack coming out of high school, because I'm diehard Trojan. Hard.
Oh, because he went to
well, he committed to USC before he went to Cal. Yeah. So we excited. We like, nigga, we about to get the little fast nigga from Long Beach Poly.
Yeah.
And then he switched and went to Cal. Yeah. And we're talking about right after Reggie and all them niggas. Yeah. So I was expecting him to come in and we back on the road, and he went there. So I kind of was upset, but I can't be too upset about a nigga from the city. He went to Cal and he showed the fuck out. Yeah, he got drafted and he showed the fuck out. Man, he had one of the best careers for a wide receiver ever.
That's a fact.
He had more 80-yard games than anyone ever. And we talking about, 80-yard catches.
50, 60, you can keep going on.
Yeah,
50, 60, 70.
More than Randy Moss.
That's a fact.
He changed Philly. And, he was dynamic. He was explosive. But he's a guy from the city. someone that you guys are real close with. So I just want to know, what's your relationship with DJ? And is the rumors true? Because I heard something. You could get into it just a little bit. I know there's no name behind it, but if you want to get into the rumor that someone told the Why Not podcast about your relationship, because from what we hear, you guys are close, obviously, because he's from the same Crenshaw area. But he's working on something that you guys are putting something in the works.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could touch on it a little bit.
Yeah, as far as our relationship, man, that's my bro. Like, I talk to him down there every day. You know what I'm saying? His family, you know what I'm saying, embrace me with welcome arms. You know what I'm saying? For everybody, his moms, you know what I'm saying? All them, his whole family, the whole Jackpot squad.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Lil Seaweed, all them embraced me. You know what I'm saying? When I came home, I just, like I said, every podcast I get on, I shout him out because
I'm gonna shout him out too.
Yeah, it mean the world to me. Like I said, the help and the support. You know what I'm saying? That he's offered me, and you know what I'm saying, and the platform he's given me, it's like I'll be speechless, bro. I don't have words because I know, like I said, he don't owe me anything. You know what I'm saying? For him to bring me in and embrace me like that and open up his business and his home and his image towards me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just appreciative. You know, and that's what he did. But our relationship, that's, like I said, that's my boy.
Come on, man.
And all praises to the Most High, man. He's seen something in me that a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, are starting to see it now. But he been like telling me, like, bro, we need to do something. We don't need you going back to jail. Like, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to do, I'm gonna help you. Whatever you want to do, I'm gonna get behind you.
Okay.
So, with the recent events and all that, like I told him, I've been telling everybody, not on camera, but behind the scenes, like, bro, I'm into ministry, bro, like, as far as, like, not necessarily preaching, but giving my testimony out there, and outreach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As far as, like I said, I promote my community. I'm trying to build my community, and also when I'm doing that, I'm trying to take my community back.
Right.
So
great thing.
Yeah, so I'm one of the voice of the people, and he see my vision, he
noticed.
acknowledged it. Yeah, so he just started his 2510 podcast with Shady McCoy.
Okay, shout out to LaShawn McCoy, man. That's one of the best. He was basically what we expected Reggie Bush to be.
Yeah, exactly.
In the NFL, because like Shady McCoy was doing some crazy shit on the field. So they have a podcast together.
Yeah, they actually shot their first episode yesterday. Okay. In the first episode, it's on YouTube right now. It premiered, I think, at 2 p.m. Eastern time.
And so the name of that again? Can you
2510
2510. Both of their numbers.
LaShawn McCoy, yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah, and then so I'm gonna be on his platform, which is the Compound Studios, Jackpot Entertainment, all that. I'm gonna be on his, and it's full circle to me because not only it's family based. You know what I'm saying? It's another black man. We got our own platform. We're gonna be able to, invite a whole lot of other people because it's not too many black people out here. It is, but I'm talking about platforms to that magnitude besides, superstars. Right. So he opened up his resources, to me, and giving me opportunity, to keep the voice in the streets and give voices to the voices.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and now you see. Well, this is the reason, you guys, I didn't just bring him in here to talk about no bullshit because there was a major announcement and I couldn't wait to get him here. And I am so happy for you, bro. Like, I'm so grateful that you blessed us with your presence, but I am also happy to be one of the first to announce that you will be in the Compound Studios with your own situation with the 2510 podcast. So let this be the introduction. Spoety Face, this is not over. He is going to be on the 2510 podcast, and he's going to bring more content from his perspective, not just as a guest on other people's shit.
Yeah, a quick correction. The 2510 podcast.
Oh, sorry. That is his own. Yeah, we don't have a name yet. I apologize. Yeah, but that's how you get to the
I'm gonna be
channel.
His network and his platform.
Which is Compound Studios.
Yeah, so I got some names. It's just I'm not going to say right
We're
now.
not going to say that yet.
The trademarks is going through right now, but it's coming soon.
Okay.
Shout out to my boy Fo too. So it's going to be 15 minutes of Fo. So
ooh.
Yeah, so we got a couple shows over there, you know what I'm saying, in the works, man. It's something big and it's coming, like I said.
Well,
I'm so humbly grateful. I'm appreciative, man, to everybody who opened their doors. such as yourself, you know what I'm saying, giving me, you know what I'm saying, a platform to come
No
up here
problem.
and preach my message.
Well, I'm glad we got that off. Like I said, thanks again. I already know. I don't even have to tell you. I know the situation over there is going to do numbers. Yeah. And again, once you guys start getting that rolling, you're still more than welcome to come here. And hopefully you reach out your hand and have me come on there.
You already know, like, I'm going to need you on there.
Right, man. Well, I appreciate you, Spoety Face, man. Thanks again. This has been another great episode, man. And again, look out for the future situation. Once he come up with the name, you guys are getting tuned with it. Compound Studios. Check out D-Jack and Shady McCoy 2510 podcast. This is the Why Not podcast, and we out.
How you do your work so well. You've been working so hard.
That's the kind of shit that I